I'm back. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, I'm tired. I'm sleepy. Okay. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna steal some teeth. Gonna steal some teeth. Oh boy, I'm just did not sleep well last night. And it's really catching up to me right now. Really catching up to me right now. Okay. So we got these two first here. Oh, the teeth aren't moving. Turn off connected. There we go. Nice. Twofers. Okay. Oh, my internet is crapping, and it's back, and it's gone. It's back. Oh man, I'm just feeling a little brain dead right now. Okay, let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right, I need to send a message. All right, back to twerk. Back to twerk. Much better. Really feels like the characters coming together now. Gonna make a backup copy. And now we're doing left or just reach output. There we go. And we can delete that. And I think what we'll do is delete these ones. And delete these ones. Oops. Not the teeth, though. Okay. And so this is our retopology here. We have the fluff on the body. We're still going to use the sculpted versions of the fluff on the legs, groin, and arms, and the tail. But the fluff on the body, we're going to use the individual strand approach because it looks nice. It looks quite nice. We still need to go in and just adjust them so they aren't clipping us badly. And then I think we'll be done. Okay. So for example, this one here. Just moving it around until we get stuff moving. Hello, Fable. Welcome. Afternoon. Good afternoon to you as well. Just trying to fill in these little gaps in the fluff right now. Fluff gaps. Oh man, I feel exhausted though. I am glad it's Friday because it all seemed to catch up with me today. Fluff gaps are the worst. Totally break the illusion. We'll still paint the bottom or below the fluff as well. Should avoid any too much illusion breaking. Hey, Joltsay26, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the stream. Hello, hello. Let me know if you have any questions. But we're just working on some fluff right now. Hello. Working on some fluff. Bam. Also, good afternoon, Axes. Welcome. Okay. Well, thank you. I had a good lunch and I napped too, but I'm just exhausted right now. I don't know what it is. Just feel tired. Definitely, it's Friday. It's Friday. It shouldn't be a surprise that I feel tired, but I don't like the feeling of being tired. I mean, does anyone? But generally don't like McDonald's, but why are French fries so good? Can't go wrong with potato. Can't go wrong. The Irish knew what they were doing when they invented potatoes. Pride checking in. Oh, hello, Windy Oat. Welcome. This kind of addiction is a caffeine addiction, and there's always time to start. Oh, I'm addicted. I'm addicted. But I have a feeling it's why I'm tired as well. Most likely. All right, almost done with the fluff. Almost done. Actually, I could select ones that definitely do not have a mirror. Select without mirror. This one looks weird. Now that I heard the word coffee, the addiction craving kicking in. Well, the shakes, the quakes. Can't even see that one. I used to not get the. It's like people, especially coming out of high school and into college, I didn't get caffeine at all. But now I do. Now I do. Like, people hype coffee. And maybe that's true a little bit still, but just had the rig linking fail for a Rigify rig. Those are so frustrating. Interesting. Where it's not parent or weight painting. I could make tea, but that requires getting up for the 74th time. I don't know if any of you follow what's his name, Caleb City. He's like a YouTube comedian and makes a bunch of skits and stuff. He had a great one recently of him laying in bed after forgetting to turn on the light, and he's just laying in bed like looking at the light, crying. That's very funny and relatable. Oh, hello, Pablo. Welcome. It is a little crazy. Minotaur. Man. We try. Gotta push yourself, you know? Gotta push yourself. That's the spice of life. The life spice. The zesty. Anyone doing this kind of home care for aging parents, etc., has my respect. It's one day and I'm ready to just crawl in bed. Yeah, it's tough. It is tough. Any sort of nursing or care like that. It's a lot of work, and it's not always uh, appreciated. Okay, I think. Oh, dark little gap here. So close, yet so far. Hmm. I feel like I'm missing some on the back. Not 100% sure on that. I think I would rather have just a few more right here. Yeah, that's already much better. Flip seems to be coming along quite well. Thank you. It's now that it was a struggle, but we made it to the end. It was a struggle, but I do think we've actually got it kind of figured out now. Okay, I think that's good. All right. So now what? A little bit more tweaking. Gotta make them a little bit more even. Looking forward to it possibly apply to nursing program at college waiting acceptance letter. Nice. Let's go, Xyz. More power to you. I barely got the spoons to take care of myself. Well, hope you get accepted. Yeah, I hope that as well. For some reason, I assumed you were doing computer science Xyz. I was a designer for a tool and mold company. Interesting. That must be a fun job. Let's take our teeth, take the retopo body, take teeth. This goes into the sculpt body. And then we're going to make our retopo sweater. Sweater. Quit my job last summer. I had degrees in CAD CAM and chem lab technology already. Interesting. Was it just not your cup of tea? They asked me to do something unethical and unsafe. They fired him and had me opening boxes. I was an organic farmer and plant expert. Interesting. It sucks being tipped off of what you love and you humiliate. Interesting. Wow. That's rough. That's super rough. Um, I mean, I don't know your interest in that, but that is definitely lawsuit territory. That is straight up. I've fielded a lot of calls for lawsuits, and you could definitely sue over something like that. No, you're totally fine. Um, not just sue, but if they are doing unethical practices, you can report them to agencies, and there's even rewards programs for reporting unsafe practices. Heat weight map thing because of the overlapping geometry. Interesting. I really like using the mesh data transfer add-on if you're familiar with it, and usually I'll weight just the body and then transfer the data that way, um, but from the body to the clothing and things like that. It works out pretty well. I've considered legal action, but it's not something easy to get proof of abuse, malpractice. The company itself is great. It was just two people that were an issue. Fair, fair. I mean, then the company itself might want to know. I won't dwell on that too much. I don't want to put any pressure on you, but certainly there are a lot of uh, potential safeguards for that kind of thing. Scrunchy, scrunchy. All right, time to do the recall. So we'll put this here. Select scene selection circle of 8, and we'll use a subdivision surface with a shrink wrappy, and we'll start there. Missing modeling unless it's a base you've reused for the sculpt. No, I did this yesterday. I have a pretty standard method for making clothing, and it's very similar to my retopology workflow I'm about to do. But basically, I abuse the heck out of shrink wrap modifier. It's very easy to make little like seams and edges if you start your clothing with a subdivision. So I've really taken to that. Excuse me. I got busy. Have to give that a watch. Clothing is especially something I've had an interest in trying. Okay, yeah, um, yeah. I love starting with a. Um, let's go ahead and add the shrink wrap bow with this kind of workflow for clothing. Clothing has gotten to be a little bit easier than the body. There's something a little more uniform and straightforward about it in some contexts. Um, it's all variable, but I feel like you can approach it in a little bit nicer way than you can the body sometimes. And I have a top design in mind for the Nova Beast while it's still got a lot of attention on it. Smart, smart. Yeah, definitely strike while the iron's hot for fashionable clothing. It's amazing how the trends of avatars kind of come and go so quick. You know, if the fashion industry IRL can be accused of fast fashion, then VR fashion's like lightning fast. Avatar trends may come and go, but digital hoodies are forever. So I haven't seen this kind of fervor for a new base since the Rex. I was thinking to myself that you could totally have like a VR fashion magazine. Like I know people don't do or like blog or something. Like I bet you could get a lot of following on that because like people want to know what's popular in VR chat. I want to know. It's like I would follow it just to understand the trends and stuff like that. Um, and money to be made, I'm sure. I swear, switching to see that mesh density is a designer's jump scare. I have to keep up with so many groups. It's true. It's true. But I could see it being a thing. See it being a thing. Bam. Hello, Angel. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. It looks like a Rex and Wicker Beast hybrid. Which what is it again? What's the name? Scroll up. Nova Beast. Plus a little Nardo Nardo Dragon. Nova Beast. You know what? Maybe I should search this over here. Just in case. Oh yeah. That's very really cool design. Very polished. I can definitely see the Japanese aesthetic, um, the kimono, um, for furries, like beginning to take a stronger hold, especially in VR chat, which is already so into Japanese aesthetics with like anime and all that jazz. So cute. Oh, sorry, I put it away quickly. Posted a SS of my emission layer on Discord. Okay, I'll check that out. A dash of that in there. Did you see the improvements on my protogen or Sarah? We'll take a look. So cute. It's very charming. Extremely charming. Excuse me. Great work. Great work, Angel. Looking very good. Very, very good. Awesome. Oh, wait. Here's the next one. Very cool. Getting the legs done. See, you got the legs. That's working well. Looks like you're using subdivisions though. Um, definitely sculpting would be good, but or you can use my finger method. Copy tootsies. Where'd that emission go? Yeah, great work, X, out there on that spear. Very cool. Lance. I don't see that emissions though. It's cool to see it. The Discord's so active with everyone's work. Definitely becoming an art community. Feels good. Feels good, bruh. It's a really solid start for a sculpt. It definitely is. Yeah, good work, Angel. Still thanks to Air for helping me out. Good on you, Air. Tutorage. He helped me a lot. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. Oh, darn. Nice. It likes to select that for some reason. Whoa. There we go. Bam. Also shared the eye material with audio link. Oh, okay. I did see that. That one was really cool. Very interesting. I will show that in just a moment. Get that sweater going. Somewhere. I may need to clean up my chat, like channels. Like where things should go. Stuff should have like one for VR chat abbies or something. Anyway, here's that emission shader. Very cool. That's looking super good. And then eye glow. I like the little sparkles. That's well done. Little sparklays. Great work. That's great work. Let's go, Windy Out. Let's go. Let's go. And that'll work. I think we could go ahead and close it if we wanted to. Still 3 masks. I need to make an RGB mask to cut the size. One thing I experimented recently with on Poyomi is you can actually use vertex masking for colors, which is kind of nice if you don't want to waste texture in details. Shaders are magic, and so are the people who make them. Gonna make my protogen pub to use on VR chat. Very cool. Little public world. We'll definitely share the world you put it up in. I guess you can just share a link these days. You don't actually need a world for avatars. These days. Yeah. That's my old man voice. I mean for the sparkles. Gotcha. The sparkles are just is that just using the glitter shader section? Blinking emission. Interesting. I think it's time to apply this. No, let's do the top of the hood first. Go on. It's also a hint of glitter, and the AL is on an iridescent shader. Audio link. Gotcha. I saw this meme the other day. Like, VR chat's the weirdest community. I wanted to hang out with people, but then I ended up learning Blender and Substance and Unity. Just like kept listing all these different things. Relatable. Oops. There we go. Okay. Facts. VRC took my Blender skills to the next level. It gives you very direct motivation to learn more. Which is good. That's how it should be. Again, games as the future of education. Just wanted to be more social. Now I sit alone in the dark staring at my Substance painter. Last point is not so great. Unity, not the best part, but that's okay. All right, we're going to go in here, the slide relax, and just give it a bit more spacing, correct spacing here. It's going to be hard to do until we apply this fully, but that's okay. In fact, let's just go ahead and do that. Take the edge, 0.6, apply, and duplicate, and apply. Well, everything in small steps. Why is that so hard to move? It's like really stuck. All right. There we go. Just curious, overall, do you feel that VR chat has made you more social? I feel like most people would say yes, but it's not everyone's experience. Laptop is here. Nice. Exciting. Bevel that again. Actually, fairly social. Well, more just playing on the joke. Okay. Okay. And- Oops. 0.8 and space. Take the rest and space. Space that one. Alrighty. This looks really weird in here. Okay, apply the shrink wrap again. Hello, Namras. Welcome back. Hello, hello. How goes it? Hopefully, you're having an amazing evening. Amazing evening. Hope everyone out there is having an amazing evening. Welcome, welcome. Going good. That is good to hear. We're just working on a hoodie right now. Chilling. Hoodie. Hoodie chilling. Robes. It's actually one big sweater, like a snuggie. Also, hello. Basically a hoodie. Duplicate again. Retopo and chill in your giant snuggie. So Zen in the corner. Oh, you're right. Let's go ahead and update that. There we go. Yeah, but yeah, I'm trying to be better about that, just so new people joining have a better idea of what I am working on. Besides avoiding a stroke. Big sweater for the dragon, mech dragon. I mean, if you're cold, he's cold. Delete this and move this. Hope that's not going to be made of leather. Be sacrilege. The moo wearing leather. Be a little morbid. No, like a big. It's like a fuzzy material. Bam, bam, space. And then close this. Nice. And also space and space and space. Did I space this one? There we go. All right, some better positioning. I'll probably bevel that one to get this edge here. And I'm going to crease this so I know where the little patch is going to go. And I'm just going to delete this whole thing. So we're going to be more exacting. Like this. And then this section's interesting right here, a little pocket, little pocket. Maybe one more edge here. Yeah. Yeah. Then right here, this will go all the way to this spot. Close this. And crease it so we know where things are supposed to be. Do the same here. Bam, close. Crease, edit, space, cut. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, that does look really good. I'm gonna go into this view just so I can see what's going on. Yep. Okie doke. Ooh. Next, we're gonna take our edge right here. I'm just gonna bevel it very slightly. Always wants to make a little extra vertice. I think we'll just push that up. And then this little edge we've made is what's going to go onto the actual lip of the pocket. Decommissioned pants too, right? Right? No. It goes down to his knees. So he fits into it pretty snugly. That looks weird without his fluff. Yeah. No, it's like more like a dress. You know, living up to some Scottish and Irish music playing in the distance. Some kilt glory. Right, it's only Scottish have kilts. Irish don't have kilts. Do they have kilts? No, just the Scottish. Love steak with all the dressing. Making me hungry. You're making me hungry. And there we go. I shouldn't space that too much because we need more resolution down here. Need more resolution. Okay, the pocket has been started. We'll finish that later. For now, let's connect everything. And there is a different amount of edges. That could be an issue. Well, easy to fix though. How many are here? Edges, 6 and 8. So we just need to dissolve 2 of them. We'll say these 2 and then space again. All right. We'll find out if that's really what I want to do, but it may not be optimal in some ways. Okay, I'm going to delete this edge, connect these ones here, and this one there and there and there. Okay. I want one more bevel. Beautiful. And there we go. And all right, there we got a nice little bevel popping. Look at that. Nice. It's gonna bake really nice. Bake real nice. Now, do I want all of this extra stuff? Actually, take this, delete. Because I don't want the geometry to continue this way. It's probably a simpler way to do that, actually. Back up a little bit more. I can probably tessellate inside the pocket. It's okay if these loops go this way. I just don't want them going around the back. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. 5 instead. And now we need more. Should be correct. Crease it. Push it down. Bam. Then we can close those. Bridge. And bridge again. Okay. So now we have enough resolution on the front. What's the trick? The trick is I would have rather had this go down here. Yeah. Yeah, most definitely. All right. So we can push this into the pocket. And do I just fill it in? No, I don't want to make an interior space. Checking in real quick. I made a YouTube short just for fun. Oh, nice. Hoodie. Hello, Cha. Hello, Diggy. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Hello, hello. Well, what kind of short did you make, Diggy? Some sort of process thing or take this edge. This is 9 edges, which means we do have a edge in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the one we want to connect this one to. Oh, it's going to be interesting. All right. So we'll loop on that. And then learn how to learn to draw. Draw volume, draw for a long time, draw anything. Draw anything. I'm going to delete those. That's fun. Doing like a tutorial style YouTube stuff then. One, two. Here. And here. Then, okay. Have to think about this. Bam. Okay. So we can loop these around. These cuts do loop perfectly. Then these ones I'd like to connect here, but we have to do a cut there. Okay, I think it's working now. It's odd, but it works. Now it loops this way. These ones go straight through. These ones loop around. Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and duplicate the shrink wrap. We're going to go back into a favorite slide relax tool with wireframe. And there we go. I don't want to touch the edges because the edges are nice. Just want to ease out this stuff in the middle. Too bad there isn't an automatic retopo tool. We got the quad remesher. but it's not going to give you topology you may know will unwrap nicely. It could unwrap nicely, but it's a little more of a gamble. There we go. Snuggie. That would be a good application of AI. We'll get there. We'll get there. I mean, it'd be amazing to have like a suite of little bots making stuff for you. D&D will be the future for sure, or any RP stuff really. That's the future of art. Give me auto retopo quad remesh that guarantees good unwraps. Gimme, gimme, gimme. I mean, it could just be that we just don't unwrap stuff. Like I could totally see it with like the way Nerfies and these other new rendering techniques are going. It's like we just may sidestep the need for UVs. What we work with may not even look like geometry at some point. It'd be more like a, yeah. Anyway, who knows? It'd be a little different. Got quad remesh. It's nice, but if we're gonna make animations, there's some tweaks to make it topology. Yeah, that's what I found working with it. It's certainly fast, and if you got a bunch of stuff to do really quick, I think it's perfect. Really can't look at any other solution if you've got like, you know, hey, my team's giving me a huge amount of files I have to work with. If they're static meshes, it's awesome. Feels like cheating though. Whatever works. Whatever works. It's all about the end results anyway. Mm-mm-mm. Like my teacher was complimenting my topo of some elements, and I was like, "Yeah, thanks." Did they know you used the quad retopo? I'm guessing, based on what you said, that they did not. That's funny. No, but they use those remesh ZBrush, which is very similar. Okay, okay, yeah. I want this one here. So I can put this right on the edge. I don't have to work it this way, but I'm going to. Satisfied? Will this stream be watchable afterwards? I do. They should be saved in my on my channel. I'll give you subscribe. There. Well, I don't know if you need to subscribe to see them, but they should be on my channel. Uh, yes, but they're in a different section. There's videos and there's lives. So lives are in a different category than videos. But also, hello, Magnus M4. Welcome to the stream, and thank you for your interest. Name your device. I joked about being able to chill with my SO on the couch while doing 3D stuff now. Very tempted to just use Retopo. Do it. Gonna Retopo your geometry. Same way you have to make it sound so dirty. Thanks for modeling as long. Sounds good. Thanks for modeling as long as coding for over 10 years and still feel like an amateur. Your skills could neither get the Minotaur or its hair that well. Well, I appreciate you saying so. I do cheat a little bit because my clients do provide me reference. So, I just I'm not making it up on the spot. There's a great design of the character that I'm just referencing directly. So I do get to cheat a little bit. But still, thank you. Thank you. I'm happy to share with what I know. So if you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to ask. Um, and I love encouraging people to make things. So the hair did take a while. That was absolutely the longest part of working on this character so far. Definitely quite challenging. Just knows that Hetty is using a Snuggie as reference. Exactly, yeah. So no, it is quite literally a Snuggie. Uh, or whatever applicable brand it is. Doesn't say the brand, but yeah, that's our reference right there. Non-copyright Snuggie. You think of those old anti-piracy? You wouldn't download a Snuggie. Yes, I would. You don't know me. There's the inside of the hood. Easy as pie. Maybe. All right, nothing's poking through. Excuse me. And then we just cinch this up. I'm going to ignore this weird thing here. In fact, I'm going to delete it. Air yoink assets from me all the time. Call out post. I don't downloaded Axes if I could. I'm getting sucked down through the internet. Oh, that sounds bad. Getting downloaded through the internet. And go here. And here. There we go. Let's space these as well. Much better. And here as well. Space. Should have spaced it before I... One shudders to think. Help me! The internet is just a series of tubes after all. All right, and let's do one more cut here. And I think we're doing pretty good. I was young when that senator called the internet that. Bring me back. The internet is just a series of tubes. Almost done. Almost done. And then we'll be moving on to other stuff. Actually, I might as well... No, we need to fix this. What's going on here? That does not look good. That will work. I fucked up that side. So we're going to cheat and do mirror, bisect, like that, apply. It's not a big truck. You can't just dump something on it. It's a series of tubes. Hopefully that senator is no longer in the Senate. I mean, not that I wish him ill. Just thinking about it, it's like some of these politicians just they're in the Senate too long. Get them out. Get them out of here. Duplicate, apply. I think that's good. I think that's good. Balls. One of them got messed up. What's this one doing over here? Product of his time, but his words live on in meme form. Memes will live on longer than all of us. And we'll drop that here. Okay. Sweater retopoed. And I think we'll just do a quick unwrap of it as well. There we go. Unwrap. Looking good. I think what we'll do is we'll take this edge and straighten. Live unwrap is on. Okay. Then here. Point 6. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh, I'm definitely feeling the effects of it being Friday. And thank you all for hanging out with me this week. It's been a good week. It's been a very good week. Looking forward to Monday, getting back into the swing of things, but also very excited to rest. I hope you all have a very restful weekend as well. It's coming up quick. Just an hour and a half now. Bam. Thanks to you, actually. Been nice and just chill. Good, good. Well, I appreciate that, Sky, but thanks to you guys for hanging out with me. Evan, Lauren, not sweater. Now we're gonna add a image. There we go. The quote was said Ted Stevens from Alaska in 2006. Wow. My goodness. That's just too long ago. I would have been 14. I was in college law. I'm just, I mean, I think that I have that right. Yeah, yeah, 14, just about there. How time flies. Damn. God damn. You're old as hell. I'm old as hell. No judgment here. It'll happen to you. Okay, almost there. Um, a little bit here. Like that. That. Beautiful. Good response I get sometimes from young furries like, whoa, a real gray muscle. My God. A woo. A woo to you. I'm getting there. I'm sure I'll have white in my hair soon enough. Runs in my family, so getting white here early. Or early-ish. Hmm. Here. And behind. And pin and straighten. There we go. 0.8. In the ancient time of used. I did watch pretty recently. It was like the history of furry conventions, which was fascinating. It was very interesting to see how it developed. Whoa, excuse me. Basically, Disney's out to blame. No. I totally didn't know that Franz the cat was made by uh, R. Crumb until quite recently. If anyone's familiar with R. Crumb, but it totally makes sense. Like I mean, that was like his shtick at the time. I mean, it is his shtick. But anyway. All right, sculpt is done. For that, the retopo body. That's the one. Fritz the cat. Fritz the cat. I'm pretty sure it was done by him. Looks like we didn't finish the ear or the nose. So let's do those. Huh. And we'll unwrap them as well. Leave it on. Leave it on. I've yet to actually see those, but I enjoyed Saber Speaks reviews. Lol. I have not seen it either. I'm just aware of its significance. Significant. Basically, the onset of adult animation, at least in terms of like Simpsons and stuff like that. Hmm. Did you sculpt the Minotaur? And if so, do you prefer subdivision, multi-res modifier, or Dyn Topo in sculpt? I did sculpt the character, so I do everything from scratch. Um, and I used to do subdivision in my workflow, but now I prefer just sculpting. And I mostly just use the remesh without any um, uh, what am I trying to say? Without multi-res or without Dyn Topo. So just basic remeshing. I find that it's slow, but it's the most consistent. And I just start with separate objects. If you go back to Monday, this Monday of a week ago, at the start of this week, you will be able to find a video of me sculpting and piecing it together. Um, and it's pretty fun, but it's definitely my favorite part of the whole process. An acquaintance did a video essay that delved into the topic from a more personal level while discussing Beast Stars. Is actually how I first got into indie VR chat. Interesting. Yeah, I'm very interested in the what the Japanese furry scene looks like. Very intriguing how different cultures have different variations of the similar communities. Oh yeah, that nose looks good. There we go. I wish to make a chibi garlic bread avatar one day. Well, hello, the official garlic bread man. You can do that. You can do that. It is possible, and you have that power. Um, And certainly, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, because this is what I do, make avatars and stuff. So if you have any questions, just let me know. Also, yes, garlic bread sounds delicious. Came here to remind you all you're loved and genuinely good people, and always, no matter what, that people genuinely care for you and want to see you be as great as possible. So always prove for the best. You are loved. Many hearts. Same to you, garlic bread man. Thank you for coming by. Appreciate your kind words. And I want to know what your Sona is. Is that your Sona the cat? Anime cat in there? Goodbye, official garlic bread man. If a mascot was to have a Sona. See, I always think of when I think of the Japanese furry community, there's that baseball mascot, the like white tiger avatar. Or not avatar, mascot. Wow. Avatar and mascot. I'm like, hmm, hmm, suspicious. If as a mascot was to have a soda, isn't it? Isn't that the default? But maybe his son is a garlic bread fox. We don't know. He's shrouded in mystery and the smell of garlic. Bends quite a bit, but I would prefer to have the loops continue like that. Bam, 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 bam. A spiral. Curses. I made a spiral. Um, Nice Retopo Man. Welcome back, House, and thank you. Welcome to the stream. We're figuring it out. We're almost a good spot. And we're working on our Minotaur right now. All right, that should work. And if I want some more resolution, I can just do that. And that. Probably a little bit too much at the moment, but it looks good. Take that, hide it, go into shrink wrap mode, apply, duplicate, sculpt mode, wireframe. Just gonna, I hate when it does. Move the resolution out, not in. I demand it. Leave it all, leave it all. Going to delete this one, put a cut here. That's better. Usually can't stand retopology and model from a cube to a body, then multi-resin sculpt for the normals. Have to try the pieces into remesh. Seems it's used by others as well. I do prefer this method, the method you just described, over multi-res modifiers. I just have found that the multi-res can be a little bit fragile. Not a bad way to go, but I just think that it's not what I personally prefer. All right, so we're going to hide the retopo. And there's one last thing for our sculpture we forgot to merge. Those are the ears. So we're going to combine them and remesh. Or remesh, yeah. But with the new retopology, it's dying. What the? I'm gonna go kick my router in a little bit. Hate making mouth bags. Disgusting mouth bags. And remesh. It's worth it though. Making a nice. Fine, time to stand up. My apologies. Could also be the remesh modifier. At very high resolution now. Did it work? Okay, it's done. Perfect. There's my pen. Okay. Do you think it was my remesh mod or application that slowed it down? Get that nice soft ear edge. Ear edge. And smooth it out in here. Awesome. Hey Sam, Silent Dead, welcome back. How's things to you in a new room? Moving out. Actually, I will be moving out in like 2 months, 3 months. But I actually just turned, so I was facing this way before, and now I'm facing this way. um, because we got a 3D printer. I haven't touched it yet. I haven't even started printing anything yet, but I needed to rearrange it in order to have a nicer layout to use it. I also am meant to set up a green screen this week. Totally forgot about that. Anyway, I hope you've been doing well. It's already on. DQQMN 3D printer. That's so cool. Or damn 3D printer. I was like, man, how does he know the brand? It was not the brand. I know the exact brand. It is cool. I'm very excited. I'm very excited. Maybe I'll start doing some sculpts and some interesting things that can make and share that process as well. When your FBI agent messes up and reveals who they are. Yeah. Oh, you bought the this exact printer? Boom, boom, boom. All right. Hmm. Oh yeah, this goes right here. This goes right there. Nice. Don't expose me like that. Now I know. Now I know. I'm doing quite fine. Have a few last exams next week, and I'm pretty much free. Home stretch. The home stretch. That's good to hear. And let's bring it in. Flip the normals. Boom. Now we got the interior of the ear, the ear-terior. Ear-terior. Bridge that. Whoa. Huh. Oh, I see. And we'll hit it with apply and duplicate, and then just run a cut right on the edge. A little bit of rounding. I'd say that looks pretty good. I need a little bit more resolution on the back of the head here. I think we could do that pretty simply just by beveling. Excuse me. Awesome. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we want these two to connect. Run a cut in the middle. And at last, and at last. All right, there we go. Look at that. Noise. Oh. Man, I slept so poorly last night. I've had this happen a few times this last month where I wake up at about 3 a.m. and I just am awake for about 15 minutes and then I fall asleep for about 30 minutes. And I do that all the way till I have to get up. So like 3.5 hours of that. And I just get like these really just like very varied dreams, like just really wild stuff. I get the feeling that used to happen to me a lot more when I was younger. Magnesium issues? Potentially. I will look into that because as much as I enjoy lucid dreaming, I would rather sleep deeply. um, also, caffeine and stuff. Overloaded in caffeine and whiskey. All right. So we've got the body done. I think it's done. Let's just unwrap it, and that's what we'll spend for the next 40 minutes or so. The body unwrapped. Looks good though. I don't see any too major issues. Was curious what that does. Apparently, not much. What, magnesium or the retopo? Oh, was it the fart? Oh, I had a VTuber over. I need to get rid of the redeems, and I'll switch them to something on my website or something like that. Um, yeah, they're not really working at the moment. My apologies. Shocking. Yeah, I usually have a VTuber overlay, but it started slowing down my streams, and I haven't really enabled it for a while. Sorry to anyone that's tried to redeem things. Yeah, I need to figure out something else for that because I'd like to have the redeems. They are fun. Um, but whoops, I'm not a streamer. All right, let's oh, and then the ear. And for the ear, we're gonna cut right here. And I think we'll just cut up the side. The leg? No, what is this? Head, torso, it's gotta be the arm. Actually, for the arm, take the wrist, cut the wrist. All right, so we'll start with the hand. And for anyone interested in UV unwrapping, this is how I unwrap hands, and it's my favorite way to do it. So definitely reference this later if you want to have a good hand unwrap. Or pretty good hand unwrap. It's not the best, but it's solid. First things first, we project it. Then we find the edge that we want to grab. Should be this one. Right there. And then select that again. That's too much. It's got to be this one. Perfect. I'm just going to rotate it first. And then deselect the ones we don't want to pin, which will basically be these in the middle. Right. Actually, no, sorry. We do want to pin these. So, but then we want to deselect them for the next step. So point to pin them that way. Nice. Then we're going to go through each loop. It's actually probably a much easier way to do this now. I'm going to take the top of the fingers here. These ones. First, we will distribute them. Awesome. This one should also be here. I hope you're watching. This is really good to know. Well, thank you. It definitely is probably, it's a little advanced, but it is worth knowing. At least to know that it's possible. Grab the fingertips. Fingertips. And we're going to scale those down, put them on the same level, distribute them. And then for each of these finger loops, let's start with grabbing. Actually, just do this again. Level, level, and we can distribute all these. Okay. Lastly, I'm just going to scale these in a little. At least this one. Yeah. Okay. That should be it. Next main step is we're going to take the loop here. So now we got a cut on the hand. Deselect the rest of the body. And we can cut the hand. Oh no. That is not right. It's right here, but not on the thumb. We want it to go up this very middle one. That's a pretty easy fix. We can just take this, rip it, or take the loop, rip it, move it back a little ways. We'll attach these together, bridge, edge, merge, and move it to that side. That did not work as well as I'd like, or it's not as clear as I'd like. At last, and at last, like that. There we go. Then we grab the loop again, deselect the ones that are touching the corner, and bridge, merge. So, okay. And now our selection here does go up the middle of the thumb. Okay. Then deselect the rest of the body, mark the seam, select the bottom, flip it, move it over, select the top, and now we have both sides of the hands. Do a little bit of that. We want a good amount of spacing between them. And then we can go back to the thumb, clear this seam, cut the thumb like that, then select the whole hand, unwrap. Boom. Easy peasy. Maybe not that easy, but definitely peasy. Now we select the whole thumb and straighten it. Actually, before I pin it, I want just these ones. Pin and straighten. We can keep live unwrap on as we adjust things. There we go. That is the gist of it. Looks like a little cleanup's required. Mainly just selecting these, pinning them, and distributing them. And then again. All right, the main benefit for this is obvious once we go to add the UV map. Now, our UV map goes straight down the fingers and it wraps perfectly around these tubes. See that? Minimizing seems not really in the thumb though. We have to fix that a little bit, but it's very useful if you want. And because we made them the same level, if we ever want like a gradient going up the fingers and up the thumb, very easy to do. In fact, I do want the thumb to be like right about there as well. All right. Now, cleaning. If we take this edge here, I think we can pin it and flatten it. So we get a nice even mapping there. Then grab the thumb one more time. Let's move it up. Take these edges, pin, and distribute them as well. All right. Beautiful. I definitely think the distribute function is probably the most essential UV mapping tool. There's not many other things that actually make such a difference. There we go. Now for one more trick. Did all that work As it turns out, we can just go ahead and attach the hand as well. Just clear that seam. How are you accessing the distribute function? That is actually from an add-on. So the UV Toolkit add-on right here has a few features. A lot of them are great, but the straighten feature and the distribute function are fantastic. But if you Google UV Toolkit GitHub, you should, or Gumroad, it should be a free download. There we go. Look at that. And that perfect lineup. Well, not quite perfect on these edges, but no seam in the wrist. And maps very nicely. That's what I do. That's what I do. But now we do want to have the points horizontally match up. Very important. I do select loops. That would be so nice, but I cannot. Okay. Point 2 SY. And then between these ones, distribute and distribute. And now, perfect matchup. Look at that. Look how crispy that is. Satisfying. Put our cursor here. Take the elbow, 0.6, SY0. Just good to introduce at some points along it, at least one edge that goes across straight. It's good to have a little bit of bend and curvature in your UV map, because things naturally do bend and curve, but you kind of balance it out. There we go. Oh, and sorry. And then once I had the distribute function from the add-on, I added it to my quick favorites. Very interesting. I've never seen UVing like this. What's all the cubes and the stuff on the body from your tool? So this is actually just a texture. So I just fed this UV checker image into my material. And all the UV checker image is this. So it's just a grid. This is actually something you can generate within Unity, or within Blender, excuse me. When you go to your image, if I go to new image, they have some generated types, and there's a few in here. Color grid is the one I do. I also have UV grid, which is just black and white. Yeah, just makes for a nice way to check, get a good idea how balanced things are in an intuitive way instead of just guessing. Yeah. All right, time for the body. Time for the body. All right. There we go. But yeah, and then for the UV mapping, I really like to make things square because that's how I retopologize everything so I can unfold things as squarely as possible. And even things that I didn't intend to make like a cube, unfold like a cube, it usually, I've just found that usually it works better if you can turn your UV map into a cube. I don't know why that is, but it helps get rid of seams, helps just keep things very organized. I'm a big proponent of it. Um, this is kind of a weird way to do this, but just line these up and then distribute both strips so I know that they perfectly match, even though they may not look like it. There. Scale them up a little. Oh God, I did it, and I can see all the UV lines are messed up now. Did what? The distribute function? If you look at something like Vroid, they have a very similar UV maps to what I'm doing here. You know, I just need the texture to see my UVs and the model has been stuff UVs I already need to fix. You know, sometimes ignorance is bliss. Just let it remain a mystery. If it is working, then you may not. And some there are many different ways to do UV maps, especially for things that are like very like a tune style, like a solid colors and things. You can really play around with how all that comes together. Um, nice. Okay. Hmm. I don't think I marked the seam on the side. All right. There we go. Now we've unwrapped that. Nice, even mapping. And again, we just make it square. Needs a little bit more resolution though. We'll take this 0.6 SY, scale that out. Pin like that. All right. Easy. Easy-ish. This could use when they're kind of turned like this. Usually you can move them to make them parallel, and that will give you some nicer stretching. As long as you made your retopo as straight as possible. All right, what's next? I'm gonna do the leg, because that's gonna be easy. 0.8 PSY0, distribute, bam, 0.6. Okay, straighten out these two. 0.2, bam, 0.8. There we go. Perfect. And just finding some better stretching to do. That's good enough. Oh, wait, they don't line up now? Shit. All right, now they line up. They have to line up. Otherwise, OCD kicks in. All right, now for the hard one. How did you unwrap it like this? Um, so I'm mostly using, well, first you make the cuts. Of course, that's the first step. For the hand, I definitely recommend, if you're very interested, getting that set up, to just go back and review that. But basically, I have a UV add-on called UV Toolkit, and they have a function called Distribute, which is very, very nice to use. And so you can take a selection to distribute it. And then I'm also using just so I take an edge like so I'm just going to do an example. If I have this one like this, it's kind of offset. You can hit S for scale. Actually, let me turn on screencast. So I can hit S for scale, lock it to the X axis, and then hit 0. So it scales it on the X axis to 0, which compresses it. And then I use the distribute basically after that. Not all the time. Distribute's not always helpful. But generally that's what I'm using. And I really like to square them like this because it gets rid of seams and easier to work with. Yeah. At least in my opinion. Correct. And you can find it for free on Gumroad. I believe either Gumroad or GitHub. Now I'm going to do the face, the hard one. All right. Actually, let me go back, select this island border and pin. Then we can take this one. And the whole goal is to square the side. That's pretty much it. And distribute this, distribute that. Just want to find where it bends and straighten it. Rinse, repeat. Nice. Then take these 2.2, distribute, 0.8, distribute, bam, bada, boom. And this may seem odd, and it is, but it does seem to work well. So when you straighten out your edge, so that this arm's a better example right now, but when you straighten out your edge, there's 2 advantages to it. So I can draw a straight line on my UV map, and I know that it will go all the way around the arm and touch on the other side. So it makes it very easy to paint. And that's really the whole goal for doing this. Just, is it easy to paint? And the other nice part about having a straight edge is it does eliminate these seams. So you can see that this is the seam here. If I grab, say, just this side, or a little bit lower, you can see I'm moving it. But this will really minimize any sort of blur or wobbliness. Sometimes it does take longer, but I do think it's worth it personally. I don't like working with the standard skins, which sounds so morbid, but that's not skinning as in. Anyway, like that. And let's scale this together. Might as well make these match up. I texture in Substance Painter. That's my main texturing tool. I really like it. I think it's a great tool. Not for everyone. Not everyone enjoys working with it, but I like it. And certainly you can do quite a bit of the same stuff in Blender if you have some additional add-ons or you have a good idea of how you want everything to come together. Might as well just connect this whole thing, I think. Oh, that's too much stretching there. Now, I prefer Substance as well, but straightening edges seems to be really smart UV unwrapping idea. Absolutely, absolutely. Can't claim credit for it, but I just saw some people do it, and I was like, oh, I'm stealing that. That's mine now. Yoink. I think we could do with adding some more of the top of the head. Yeah, absolutely. I had no problem with stealing process or techniques. That is fair game. Is this a triangle? Oh no. Don't like that. Do not like that. To work out the bottom a little bit, but overall, looks pretty good, pretty even. A lot of straightening to do on the lips. Hello, Josh. BRB, gotta do something. Sounds good. UV mapping seems like hell of a thing. It's odd. It is definitely um, something you. There's no really intuitive way to grasp it, unless you've probably skinned an animal, or tried to make moccasins or something. Sounds morbid, but that's really the only thing. Or clothing. Clothing actually is very similar. If you're making patterns and turning those into things, clothing, things. Um, that's pretty similar as well. But yeah, a lot of little intuitions that build up over time. Have you skinned an animal? I have not. I mean, there's a lot of deer here where I live, and my friend hunts them, so maybe I'll get some venison sometime. No available version for Blender 4. Ah, I have not upgraded yet. Um, Interesting. There might be some other tools out there. You're really just looking for any sort of UV add-on that has that distribute function, and I'm sure there's other ones out there. I'm just not aware of any personally. Well, sorry to send you on a wild goose chase there. Yeah, I haven't tried it yet. I'm very afraid to because I know that the rigging layers and bone layers are different, and I'm like, I don't want to deal with that yet. Despite being very excited for Eevee Next. I know that's not out yet, but I really am quite pumped about Eevee Next. I think it could be um, a game changer in a very literal way for VR and stuff. If we could have good VR inside of Blender, real time VR, I'd be all about that. All about exploring that. Grant Abbott does great videos on low poly, and his texture painting looks marvelous. I've seen a few of his tutorials. He's great. He's great. I still use 2.93 version. It seems to be stable. I'm on 3.6.1. Um, they seem to have gotten more stable over time. Or maybe I do less wild things now. It seems to crash less. I haven't had a crash in quite a while. God would. Um, Had no crashes yet. Granted, I've only had it a few months. What happens if you do UV mapping wrong? Is that you see more flaws on Avatar or what? Um, there's not really a way to do it wrong. It's more like because you can do UV wrapping in a few different ways, but basically like so. Let's just make an example here. If my UV map was distorted in some way, you would see it like here or like this, where there's like a bubble or something, and you can imagine that like the pixel that it's picking up here is like so big that there's no additional uh, texture resolution you can add at that point because you've scaled it up. That pixel fills that whole spot. So your goal is to kind of make sure that you have enough room to paint things um, nicely. Uh, but like if you have a character that's only using like two solid colors, then your UV maps don't really matter. You're just grabbing your faces and you're chucking them on top of that color spot, and it is what it is, or gradients or something like that. There's a lot of ways to kind of cheat or hack or make your own method for painting characters with that UV mapping. So I have an issue that I have my shortcuts that does not work on 3.0 version. So I'm not very into changing that. I'll think about it in V4 version. Sorry to yawn. Okay, yeah. I mean, that's the nice part about Blender. You have tons of options, and almost all of them still work. And there's no one forcing you to upgrade. you know, you can do it when you're well and comfortable. Unlike Adobe or Maya, who are like really, really want you to use their latest version. That's interesting. Thanks for the explanation. Absolutely, absolutely. There's a lot of there certainly are not to use this in another morbid metaphor, but there's a lot of ways to skin the cat when it comes to UV mapping. I don't trust those long tier support versions, and also add-ons don't work on long-term version properly sometimes. Yeah, I mean that definitely can be a downside with having like a lot of the functions we use be distributed amongst so many different add-ons. It's like there's no guarantee that everything works properly, but at least we're not beholden to a company, you know. So I count that as a win. And it breeds competition. People can come in, and if they see a need, they can go ahead and make a tool to fill that need. And I think that's oh, pop my neck. But yeah, UVs are weird. It does take a lot of playing around with them to get that intuition about what it is, what it's doing. Um, I don't think it's too bad. Okay, I've got another 15 minutes in the stream, and then we'll be calling it for today. And for anyone new here, I do stream every weekday, but it will be the weekend tomorrow, so there won't be any stream until Monday. Oh, it's a Friday already. I feel you. It goes by so quick. It goes by so quick. I hate it. I hate that feeling. Just let it go slow this time. Life needs to chill out. I demand it. Demand that it does some chilling. Ooh, a little wobbly there, but at least it's higher resolution, so I think we can get away with that. I won't be able to join your stream in February. Holiday. You have a whole holiday in February? Or are you in school? It's like there's a country that has a whole holiday for one. Like, wow. um, that was, I mean, that's kind of Um, wow, that's progressive. I want a month-long holiday, but I work for myself. My boss is so mean to me. I'm my boss. It makes me work weird hours. Wow, the neck looks messed up. That's another thing that we'll need fixing. Pros and cons of that, yes, most definitely, most definitely. Your boss is great, man. Thank you. Sometimes he gets on my nerves. No, that's not how I want to do that either. I think we'll go the other route and we'll put the it here. There we go. That looks better. Still stretching quite a bit right here, but not as badly. I think that's what we'll go with. Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fur right here, so it doesn't have to be nice, but yeah, make it as good as we can. Gonna hop off. Went from update hell to downloading apps hell. Well, good luck, Wendio. Thank you for hanging out this week. Definitely enjoy your weekend as well. Thank you for coming by. Have a great weekend. Bye, Wendio. Bye. So completely used to unwrapping everything in square for one texture. This looks so alien to me. Well, we're in the square. We're in the square here. I'm just zoomed in. Um, I I kind of only set it up in the square once I've squared everything. Once I've squared all the pieces, we put it in the square. Which I think we're pretty much there, except for the mouth. Which we'll go ahead and do right now. So these are the lips right here. I prefer to have that. Cow Tetris. I like that. Point 0.8. Bam. And distribute this as well. All right. Really don't have to make this straight, but whatever. We'll do it. We're just trying to make these all kind of squares instead of trapezoids. Name of the game with UVs, square the square. All right, super stretched in the back, but that's okay. I really want the nice edge here on the lips because it makes it much easier to add a gradient on the sides, and then it'll just fill in the whole lip. There we go. All right, so now we have the cow. And we're going to say average island scale, so everything's roughly the correct size in 3D space. You can see that because all the numbers are roughly the same size. And then that's it for now because we still have to add a bunch of other stuff. So I'm not going to do much more. Just get it out of the main square until I need to add new stuff. There we go. All right. Now there's a ton of fluff to do. Ton of fluff. Oh, kind of hurts my brain thinking of it. But I think we can finish it. We can definitely be in Substance Paint by the end of next stream. The end of Monday. Thank you, Sky. Thank you. And we also have the teeth in here. These I stole from a previous character, Vadio, because lazy. Am I going to UV the fluff? Yes. Yes, I will. I want to have a lot of control over the fluff. So I will be UVing it. For better or worse. Here's the teeth in here. Teeth and tongue, which I already did. I don't envy you. It'll be interesting. Usually the plan for hair is the same as this plan. Make it square. Do everything you can to make it square and uniform. So you have control. Complete control. We're looking quite good. The sweater, did I unwrap the sweater? I think I did. Yeah. What's next? What am I missing here? Let's just do the hoof really quick. We already have it. And I'd like to get the body basically done. So go in here. Oh, perfect. It's already still in a subdivision. So we'll just duplicate it and send it over to your topo body. In sphere? XD? Yes. In fact, that's what led me to this whole understanding of how to square, how to lay curved surfaces flat. Because if you subdivide a cube, you get a sphere. And that's what that was my key insight right there. Can't wait to see what's next. Well, thank you. I'm excited. I am excited. My voice cracked. Ignore that. Then we'll get the bevel. We'll do one more subdivision. Apply. Perfect. And we can pin and straighten. There we go. Easy peasy. And we'll just combine the hoof with our, actually no, this has a shrink wrap, so we'll leave it separate. Actually, we want to apply this. I always do that. I always do that. Need it to be separate this way as well. Okay, so clear the seam. And this time we'll do square this way. We're looking for the square. We do need this one. Wrapped. This may not work. Okay, split it in two. Hello, Cornfather. Happy Friday to you as well. Welcome. We're stitching back together this unwrap we just made. Very close to figuring out how this is supposed to go together. Not quite there yet. Quite there yet. Should be even. Oh no, right here. Does it straighten? Not in a way I like. Have a good weekend. Same to you, Fable. Thank you for hanging out. Hope you're having a great evening. I hope you have an amazing weekend. Hope to see you Monday. And thank you again for hanging out and chilling. Um, in fact, this is probably a good point for me to go ahead and end the stream as well. I know you just joined Cornfather, but you did catch us at the very end of the stream for today. So thank you everyone for hanging out with me this whole week. Today, it's been a really good week, really good stream. I feel like more and more people are joining, and it makes me really happy to see. And more people. I do have a Discord as well, so if you're interested in sharing your art, seeing what other people are making, definitely check it out. It's been a great stream, I think. I think so as well. And also, if you have not followed or subscribed, please go ahead and do so. Hope you charge for a bit. All for the hoof is taking. I wouldn't want to foot that bill. Got to squeeze that pun in there. Love it. But thank you all again for hanging out. Thank you, Cornfather, Sky, Axes, Fable, House, Air, Silent. See you in the future, mate. You're a therapy for real. Hey, thank you. You guys are my therapy. But again, much love to all of you. I'll see you all next week. Enjoy your weekend. Should be a good one. Bye, everyone. Bye. Have a great day. Bye. Great weekend. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Bye, Air. Bye, Axes.